Hello, and welcome back for another adventure in the cookie jar. Today we are doing the 11th recipe from the Carrot Cake Murder. They are called party cookies. These two. So what it basically is a sugar cookie. You divide the dough into 4 portions. You color each one, or you leave one blank. So in the recipe it says food coloring at least 3 different colors. You're splitting them into 4. If you want to leave one of the sections white, you can. If not, you'll want 4 colors. And then you're just kind of making logs out of them and then chilling the logs overnight. And then in an hour or the next day, you'll slice each log into, I believe, 24 cookies, roll the cookies in sugar, and then bake them off. So this is a rather large recipe. It does say do not preheat the oven yet. This dough must chill before baking. You're going to want 2 cups melted butter, 4 sticks, 2 cups powdered sugar, 1 cup white sugar, 2 eggs, 2 teaspoons of vanilla or any other flavoring you wish, 1 teaspoon baking soda, 1 teaspoon cream of tartar, critical, 1 teaspoon of salt, 4 1/4 cups of flour, not sifted, food coloring, at least 3 different colors, and 1/4 cup white sugar for later. Like I said, basically, you're going to mix up the dough, you're going to split it into 4, you're going to tint each color. When you have your 4 colored sets of dough, you're going to divide each color into 4 bits. So it says you'll have 16 lumps in all. And then from those 16 lumps, each lump should make a rope 12 inches long. And then from there, you're going to take 1 of each color, roll it, and then put 2 on top. So for me, it'll be like blue, pink, green, and then purple. Yes, something along those lines. Anyway, so once we have those, we'll set them back into 4 logs, just different 4 colors in each log. Those will sit, refrigerate. Next day, we'll mount, slice, bake, and you're done. Anyway, so it sounds complicated. I'm sure it's not, but it does say they freeze well if you stack them in a roll, wrap them in foil, and place the foil rolls in a freezer bag. You can also freeze the multicolored unbaked dough rolls by leaving them in the plastic wrap and placing them in a freezer bag. Yield approximately 8 dozen pretty party cookies. So everything's lit up. Here is everything I will be using to make this recipe. All right, so the first thing it says is melted butter, which I have right here. And then to this, we are adding both the sugars, so the powdered sugar and the regular sugar. And then let those mix and then cool to room temperature. So it is cool enough to add the eggs one at a time. Next up is the vanilla, the baking soda, the cream of tartar, and the salt. Now it says to add the flour in 1/2 cup increments. All right, now have our first set of dough. I'm gonna put that back in the blender mixer. It doesn't say how much dye to use. It does say that the cookies will bake lighter than they are, so make sure your dough is darker than you want it. I'm just going to use the last of this coloring because it's been sitting around a while. I will say it does not, when they're divided individually, seem like very much dough. And we are supposed to, again, divide these into 4. I do recommend, if you actually care about the colors, to try using different bowls maybe, because it's definitely running through. My green is now watermelon cup. It does say the dough firm up for a couple of minutes, so I'm just going to try to get it off the oven and let it sit on the counter and give it its few minutes while I try to clean up my mess. Start with red. It's the one been sitting the longest. It says to divide this into 4. So it is very, very soft. Like almost so soft, I don't know if this is actually going to roll very well. Like I am scared to roll this. It is so malleably soft. It may not be a bad idea to actually chill these before trying to do this part. Like I know it says to chill them overnight to set them in their ways, but this is really soft. Like I'm scared to pick it up soft. Yeah, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stick the rest of these in the fridge for 20 minutes and hope that they'll solidify somewhat, because this is not, it's a really very, it's a mess. It is a very gooey mess. Okay, so this is one log that's actually exactly how long I need it to be. Okay, so I put it in the fridge for 20 minutes. Hopefully it'll be more easy to manage. This was the first one we did. It's got all the different colors. All right, so color. Oh, shoot, plastic wrap. There are our 4 12-inch rolls. We will refrigerate these overnight and we will slice them and bake them in the morning. Okay, so here we are the next morning. We have our 4 rolls of cookie dough. I actually would recommend after they set a little while to go back before they're truly hard and try to flatten them out a little bit, because now it's the next morning and they are solidly misshaped. Plus the bottoms are like completely flat, which I don't think really matters that much, but each one of these should make 24 cookies. So I'm just going to cut them in half, and that should be 12, and then cut that in half, and that should be 6, and then cut that in half, and that each section should make 3. If the math is math. But we have our sugar to roll them in. The oven is preheating to 325. Yes, greased cookie sheets. So you don't want the silicone mats or the nonstick spray. So. All right, so we take our rounds, we coat them in sugar. And I'm going to put these in the fridge so I can get them all cut up. So I will probably just be putting as many as possible per tray, and then just taking them out and baking them off. Maybe, we'll see. I'm not quite sure how I want to do it yet. That's the first set. I can't get it a little bit more accurate with this one because I did not do a very good job at getting them evenly sliced. I do not think a 1/4 cup of sugar was enough for this because I still have a whole roll left and I'm almost out. So these are what they all look like. They are going to get separated onto individual baking sheets, greased baking sheets, and they'll bake for about 12 minutes a dozen. So the cookies are done. There is about 8 dozen. There's 95. I managed to somehow cut them wrong and got one less than I was supposed to. So they're done. They are nice. They're crispy. They're pretty cute. They are a really, really yummy sugar cookie. The colors can be coordinated by season or event. So, unless you really need the colors for something, I would just make sugar cookies and then use sugared sprinkles to give them color. Because this is a lot of work, unless you really need the color coordination. But they are really good. They're really cute. Next week, we are making a lemon jello fluff, which goes into a jello mold. So it's like an actual cake kind of thing, which should be interesting to see. If you want to, join us next week. I hope you all have a good one. Bye.